AFN Sisterberg.
American Top 40. Did you, Bill, let Ursula know about the papers she needs for her U.S. immigration visa?
I did. When an American service member marries a non-U.S. citizen, there's a lot of paperwork that should be taken care of before the wedding.
And did you, Ursula, obtain the necessary documents, including a passport from your own country?
I did.
In order to move with you to the United States when your tour of duty is over, your new spouse will need a U.S. immigration visa. There are certain papers you must have before you can apply, and it can take months to obtain these documents. So it's best to start preparing before the wedding. Then you'll be able to file a petition for the visa.
Will you promise to apply for your immigration visa promptly after the wedding?
We will.
Very good. You may now say, I do.
I do. For more information, see your personnel officer.
American Top 40!
American Top 40. In the Gallery of Heroes, Army Air Force's Staff Sergeant Wilbert R. Welch has earned a place of honor. On March 30th, 1943, Sergeant Welch sat at the guns of his A-20 bomber en route to an enemy installation in Tunisia, North Africa. Suddenly, Welch's plane ran into anti-aircraft fire and took several hits. Welch was wounded 6 times by flak and enemy fighter plane fire. Although his aircraft crashed in flames, Welch and several of the crew survived. Injured but conscious, Welch quickly discovered that his guns were still working. Moments later, an enemy fighter circled in for a strafing run. Despite the pain, Welch managed to chase off the enemy aircraft with return fire. When the fighter was gone, Welch then helped the surviving crew members from the wreckage. For his gallantry, Welch was awarded the Silver Star. Army Air Force's Staff Sergeant Wilbert R. Welch, a credit to his service and to all who have fought so bravely.
For some children, child safety seats can feel like a punishment. They can't understand why they must be restrained, and they make sure you share their misery. Some children will get used to their safety seats quickly, while others may take a longer time. The important thing is to be persistent, to choose the right seat for your child and use it every time the child's in the car. Your patience will be rewarded with the knowledge that your child is safer, better protected from an accident. So whether you're taking a short trip to the commissary or a family vacation, remember that the safety of your child is worth any hassle. Make it a habit. Buckle up.
The Central European forecast for tonight: northern Germany and northern Benelux will be cloudy with rain and drizzle. Elsewhere, it will be cloudy and very windy with rain and drizzle. Lows 40 to 45. The outlook for tomorrow for Central Europe: cloudy with rain and drizzle. Highs 55 to 60. The forecast for England for tonight: cloudy with rain and drizzle and windy conditions. Lows 47 to 52. The outlook for tomorrow for the UK: cloudy with rain showers and breezy winds. Highs 55 to 60. The forecast for Turkey for tonight: partly to mostly cloudy with rain and rain showers. The east will have isolated thunderstorms. Lows for Turkey: 48 to 52 coastal, 32 to 37 inland. The outlook for tomorrow for Turkey: partly to mostly cloudy with isolated rain showers and thunderstorms. Highs 57 to 62 coastal, 38 to 42 inland. The forecast for AFN is provided by the European Forecast Unit at Traben-Trabach.
AFN Radio, serving the Schusterberg military community in Holland at 98.0 FM. Bringing you the best, we're AFN Radio.
Hi, I'm Daly the Talking Dumpster. In here. Man, I've got a major problem. I'm not getting enough to eat. I love to be stuffed with sealed plastic bags of all your garbage. I love to have you drop bag after bag of sealed garbage inside me. But not enough of you are putting your garbage inside of me. Too many times I can see bags of trash piled near me, behind me, or even under me. And ew, those soggy brown paper bags of loose garbage that go spilling all around me. Feed me. Put your sealed plastic bags of garbage inside, please.
A talking dumpster. Pretty stupid. But you know what's really stupid? All the garbage that never makes it into the dumpsters. Every time someone goes out and says, hey, I'll just put it here, near the dumpster. Or the dumpster's filled, I'll just drop it here on the ground. That's pretty stupid. I don't know anybody who does that. Do you?
Is it drilling ceremonies? A professional dance studio? An all-night bowling alley? Or is it just the people upstairs or downstairs going through their normal movements? If it sounds like Reforger is being held in the apartment just above or below you, maybe it's time to have a friendly talk with your neighbor. Maybe they've just forgotten you're there. There's an old saying, one man's floor is another man's ceiling. Remember, in northern Germany, when it comes to stairwell living, you're not alone. We're in this together.
The Heartbreak Hotel, tomorrow night at 11 Central on the Monday Late Show.
Serving the United States European Command, this is AFN.
It's 4 o'clock in Central Europe.
AFN Radio, serving the Schusterberg military community in Holland at 98.0 FM. Bringing you the best, we're AFN Radio.
It was a typical day. I was working the credit card watch. Nothing much going on. Just your average day at your average exchange. Then I spotted him. A young NCO at the camera counter looking at one of those fancy jobs. You know, the real expensive kind. I overheard him say to the clerk,
Sure, it's expensive, but hey, I just got this new credit card and I can pay for it a little each month. What's another payment?
That was all I needed to hear. I sauntered over to him and introduced myself. I explained to that young man that by using a little restraint, he could avoid a whole mess of financial unpleasantness, and his budget wouldn't go haywire. Well, I guess he understood what I told him, because that NCO didn't buy the camera with his credit card that day. He waited until he saved up the cash. I was there that day, too, working the credit card watch as usual. He came right over to me, and I ended up with a swell snapshot that I sent home to Mom.
And now we present Dear Gaddy.
A lovelorn soldier in Korea writes, Dear Gaddy, I'm stationed overseas. Before I left, I fell in love with a beautiful girl in Tulsa. We were planning to tie the knot when I returned to the States. Since we were going to need a lot of things, I thought it would be good for Sheila to have control of my financial matters. So I gave her unlimited power. It's what's called a general power of attorney. Boy, did she have a good time. First she sold my stereo, then my TV, and then my car. Then she ran off with the car dealer. Signed, Sad in Seoul. Dear Sad, you just chose the wrong girl. A power of attorney can be a terrific thing when you're stationed away from home, but it's a good idea to understand the difference between a general power of attorney and a special power of attorney. See your legal assistance officer for complete information. And in the meantime, go shopping for a new girlfriend.
American Top 40!
I know what you're thinking. Where's the shadow? Well, only he knows. I'm Jay Thomas from American Top 40 this week, and the big question is, where are you? Well, here are just a few of the hundreds of stations and cities where you may be listening. KJ 103, Oklahoma City. Go ahead, throw your cowboy hat in the air. Fayetteville's #1 hit music station, Mix 96.5, Fayetteville, North Carolina. The right mix of music. AM 1400, KWNA, Winnemucca, Nevada. And the Austereo Network in Australia, mate. Second time this week, we hear from these three. Holding at #7, it's TLC and Baby, Baby, Baby.
What drives you nuts? What makes you tense? One person can't stand to hear a baby crying. Another has a hard time in heavy traffic. We all have our personal stressors.
Report for inspection at 0800.
Things that make our head pound and our palms sweat. When you recognize and understand your stressors, you can work to avoid them. Or you can take action to handle them differently in order to minimize their influence on your health. For example, when people are angry, their whole body shows it. Clenched fists, tight jaw, tense muscles. You may not be able to change the way you feel, but you can, if you think about it, learn to drop your shoulders, unclench your fists, take a deep breath, and let it out slowly. You can deliberately relax. And chances are, you'll find yourself thinking, just what was I so upset about anyway?
When AT40 continues, we're going to hear all about family values from a single mom in the countdown, Patty Smythe. Quick, somebody call Republican headquarters.
They say a person learns from experience. Well, this is one country lawyer who's picked up a fair amount over the years. One thing I've learned is an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. It just makes good sense to be prepared. That's what I told the Eaton boy when he was getting ready to go overseas with the Air Force. You see, his sweet wife Emily and their kids were staying here to sell the house. I told him he could use a power of attorney. Now, I wasn't trying to sell my wares. I'm no ambulance chaser. A power of attorney is a legal document. There are two types. The special power of attorney, which is for a special limited purpose, and then there's the general power of attorney, which provides much wider power to the user. In Bill's case, I suggested he first talk to his legal assistance office about a special power of attorney. It'd leave his wife with the authority to act on his behalf in the sale of their home. If you want to know more about the powers of attorney and how they can help you, visit your legal assistance office, too.
Hello, Teddy Roosevelt here with a riddle for you. Ready? Why is spending money like a rhinoceros? Because it's most dangerous when it's charging. Here's how to spot credit problems early and keep them at bay. First off, how much do you owe right now? If you aren't sure, you may be headed for trouble. Understood? Bully. Warning sign number 2. If your past purchases take 20% of your monthly take-home pay, you're about to become surrounded by debt. So let's get those balances paid off, right? Number 3, beware if you find yourself making only minimum payments. Those revolving charges can take you down faster than quicksand on safari. Finally, juggling payments. That's a clear sign there isn't enough financial ammo to go around. So stop spending until you can get your credit under control. Every time you think about charging, imagine that debt as the rhino, bearing down on you month after month until you paid him off. The truth is, you'd have a better chance of escaping the rhino than excess debt. So watch out for the warning signs and happy hunting.
American Top 40.
Number one's getting closer here on AT40. Hi, I'm Jay Thomas for Shadow Stevens. Now, if you've been following the election, you've been hearing a lot about family values. So when AT40 talked to the woman at number 3, she definitely had her opinions. Listen to what single mom Patty Smythe had to say.
I, first of all, have lived in total denial that I am a single parent. I didn't even know I was, you know. Ruby has a very strong relationship with her father. I think that most women are single parents, whether they're married or not, because their husbands work all the time, and even they work all the time, but that husbands really aren't that involved in their children's lives, and that's the reality, you know. So, I mean, this is a country of single parents, married or not. I mean, I have a lot of friends who are married and who are single, you know what I mean? Their husbands take very little involvement.
AFN Radio, serving the Schusterburg military community in Holland at 98.0 FM. Bringing you the best, we're AFN Radio.
American Top 40.
To be stuck in a studio with 300 jingle singers. What a day I have had, huh? Well, there they are, the 40 most popular records in America, straight from the official Billboard chart. American Top 40 is produced in Hollywood by ABC Watermark. The executive producer is Corinne Baldessano. Executive in charge of operations, Rod West. AT40 is produced by Bruce Goldberg with the legendary Whiplash Acrobatic Ensemble. Yarrow Morton, Matt Wilson, Dana Schwartzwalter, and BB, Dr. Robert Durkee, Allison Pipitoon, Dave Burgess. It's Fendi Young Morell, Ken Halford, Brandon D'Amore, Ray De La Garza, Donald O'Connor, Joe DeAugustine, Mike Williams, and Ron Rivlin, and Cindy Grogan. We read those so their parents know they have a gig. AT40 was created by Casey Kasem and Don Bustani in connection with Tom Rounds and ABC Watermark. I know you're happy about this. Shadow Stevens will be back next week with his bag of tricks. And until then, I'm Jay Thomas. And in 2 weeks, I plan on being Nick Casino. Stay where you are for that.
See Joe Penny in The Operation, Tuesday morning at 8:45 on AFN's Morning Movie. A brilliant young doctor faces charges of medical malpractice when a split-second life-or-death decision results in tragedy. That's The Operation, Tuesday morning at 8:45 Central European Time on AFN.
Hello, Chief. 99 and I are at the AFIS Main Exchange. Good question, Chief. Why 99?
Max, we're shopping for my birthday dress and accessories.
Oh, of course. Can I pick up a DJ Jazzy Jeff LP for you, Chief? I didn't know you were a rap fan, Chief. For your granddaughter, of course, Chief. Chief, I'm afraid my shoes got a bad connection. So for now, over and out. I just love that Asian talk.
Maybe you could pick up another pair in the shoe department, Max.
Great idea, 99. I'll get the shoes if you'll get some makeup for me.
To put on your nose, Max?
All right. Those doors have shut on me once too often. Now, let me pick up some snacks and find a phone booth, then I'll be out of here.
AFIS, your one-stop shop in India. So you've got orders to PCS and your good, reliable rust trap that rattles and shakes and just barely passes inspection each year? You're sure no one will pay money for it, so you think you'll just park it somewhere and remove all evidence of ownership. Don't. It's not only illegal, it deprives the community from making use of your junker.
Tin Hut. Sir, all present and or accounted for, sir.
Very good, Sergeant.
Poor, sir.
Airmen, I've called this little soiree for a reason. We are about to do battle with a formidable foe. It seems there are some among our great nation who feel that our parking lots, sidewalks, and basic greenery look better with cigarette butts, candy wrappers, and your general trash strewn out and about these general purpose areas. Those among you who thinks this behavior is an acceptable way for airmen of all grades to act is sorely mistaken. No one ever kept a base clean by littering on it, and that is why you are here. To use trash cans, butt cans, and general purpose containers used for disposable items, and to help others as well. Now, troops, I want to let you in on something. I am proud to lead you, the men and women of Soesterberg Air Base, in this battle, this fight to keep our base clean. That is all.
Help keep the base clean. Be one of the many, the proud, the clean corps. Afterburner. Power Radio.
AFN Power Radio.
AFN Soesterberg, where the music's red hot.
My kind of country, my kind of